Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you have had a superb week, and I hope that you're getting ready for a fantastic weekend. I know it's an exciting weekend for me because today is my daughter's 7th birthday, and it's always special for a dad, I think, when the daughter has a birthday. All right, welcome Domenico. Hi Phuong, Elizabeth, Angel, Anahita. Nice to see our members in the class. Hello Alexi, our chat moderator. Everybody, this is a members chat class. That means in order to join the chat, you do have to be a member of our channel. To do that, you just click the join button next to the subscribe button. If you don't see it, send us an email. I'll share my email momentarily. And students, in this class we are looking at an IELTS reading about technology. Why, thank you, Lydia. Technology in 2040. So looking into the future, roughly 20 years, a little bit less. Tan Ewan, thank you so much. It's very flattering. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites that power these live lessons. They contain our materials. We use them for interacting with students. They have chat video interface. In order to join our premium IELTS package, all you have to do is click this big red button that's just right behind my head there. Here, let me move that up a bit. There you go. Click that big join now button. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and you're good to go. We're an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center. I'm a certified British Council agent. We help thousands of students every single week to prepare for their IELTS exam. We are world leaders when it comes to IELTS exam preparation. These are just some of our success stories, and we're very proud to host these testimonials, so you can check those out. General IELTS looks like this, green background, gieltshelp.com. Again, when you land on this page, just click that big red button and you're good. Okay, everybody, so yeah, we've always got a little extra for you. Right now the discount code we're giving is 9pi for you for a 10% discount. It's coming out of our most recent video release on that task 1 pie charts. Don't write increasing and decreasing. We have apps for you, Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. You can download the apps, install them on your phone, and link them to the websites. And we have Instagram for you, IELTS_AE Help and GIELTS Help. Lots of people on Instagram as well. For us, we release lots of quick little 1-minute videos that reels, I guess, technically reels. We release reels, and these reels are to help you improve your speaking and your English. Here's that email I mentioned if you want to contact me. Adrian, it's my name, at aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Thank you, Phuong, for those birthday cakes, and Elizabeth, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear when I share that many of my students around the world are wishing her happy birthday. It's I think especially these birthdays at the 6, 7, 8-year-old age are the ones that we really remember for a long time. They're quite special. She's in grade 1, so all of her little grade 1 friends are coming over for some hot dogs and cake. Tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. All right, everybody. So we've got reading right now. It's kind of a new passage we haven't really seen before, which is exciting. And then after this class, in about 2 hours, a little bit less, we'll have listening part 3, part 4 for subscribers. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's worth it. You get a lot of great help for your upcoming IELTS exam. And then speaking part 2 and speaking part 3 tomorrow before the birthday party. And hey, if any of you are in Victoria tomorrow, you're welcome to come over for a slice of cake. All right. So the video we released is this one right here. This week it was for task 1. So if you're doing the academic IELTS, I definitely recommend watching this video. It could really save you a few marks for your writing section, especially if you're not sure about pie charts, bar graphs, and such. All right. Okay. Reading strategies. Wow, what an interesting time to be getting into this topic. When we developed this reading passage, it was, well, it's very recent, but it was right before ChatGPT kind of hit the market. So anybody know when you're predicting the future what that's called? So there are some very famous authors in history that, you know, kind of predicted the future. Russian author Isaac Asimov, also the French-Hungarian author Jules Verne, very famous. Yeah, there you go, Alexi. Very nice. Good for you, Alexi. They're called Futurists. Yeah. So people, authors who write about the possible future of humanity and predict it in some sense are referred to as futurists. Yeah, futurists. Alexi says, same in my language, by the way. Yeah, it's one of those modern words, I think, that, you know, modern words in English are also modern international words, obviously, oftentimes. So, futurists, Jules Verne, Isaac Asimov, you might correct me on that spelling, Alexi, are examples of futurists. By the way, if you like a bit of sci-fi, a little bit of good English reading or fun English reading could be reading from these authors. If you haven't already. All right. Yeah, 2 A's, not 2 S's. There you go. All right. It's almost kind of scary how well some of these authors predicted the future. So there you go. Yeah. And we're going to be futurists ourselves today. So we are joining the ranks of Jules Verne and Isaac Asimov. I wish. It'll take a bit more than an IELTS reading passage, but hey, who knows, right? All right. So here we go, everybody. This is the reading for today. Let me maximize the size here on the screen so we can, you know, those little tiny phone screens, you can see them as well as possible. We do a little bit more, maybe a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. I think that's max. Without cutting any letters or words. All right. So this is, you can actually see that this is section 3 here, right? Surprisingly, this is actually in some of our newer general IELTS exams that we're developing. Academic passages and general IELTS section 3 are basically the same. Okay, they're about 1.5 pages to 1.75 pages long, and they are followed by 12 to 14 questions, either multiple choice, fill in the blanks, matching to paragraphs, true, false, not given, and they're kind of the same. So for those of you who are learning for the general IELTS, especially if you want those rapid entry visas and you need those high band scores like band 7, 8, 9, by all means, go ahead and do reading passages for the academic IELTS, because you have to do really well in section 3 of the general IELTS. For academic students who think they have done all of the practice exams for Cambridge and on our website and Barron's and everybody else, and you're like, I'm out of materials, I've read every passage 4 times, then read some general IELTS section 3. Don't really, so academic students, don't pay attention to section 1, section 2 of general IELTS. It's different, it's unnecessary, there's different strategies for that, so don't pay attention to that, okay? So make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah, that's right, Alexi. One of my final Freudian slip, one of my favorite books by Asimov is The Final Question, or The Last Question, I believe it's called. It's a short story, very good short story. All right, here we go, everybody. So first of all, we read the title, Technology in 2040. What do you think? So when you see that title, okay, before you start reading, it's a really good idea to think about the title, think about some ideas. So always read the title first, right? So step 1, read the title and gather knowledge from your brain, okay, from your mind, and predict the content. This can greatly help your comprehension. Okay, so for example, when we read the topic technology in 2040, what comes to your mind? So what are some thoughts that enter into your brain and you're like, if I jump to the future, some of you will be my age, some of you will be even older than me at around that time. Alexi says flying cars. Yeah, possibly. If I take that a little bit further, Alexi, flying cars, I might actually equate that with drone transport. Yeah. There's a lot of experimentation being done by drone transport. Yep. Anahita says, proof of aliens. Maybe. Online lab experiments, Anahita. Okay. Possibly. Yep. Constellation, you think in 20 years we'll have time machines? Try to be realistic, right? I don't know if we'll get that far, but maybe. Okay, robots for sure. We've got a lot of robots, androids. Does anybody know what an android is? So I'm teaching you some vocabulary throughout the class as well. Everybody knows what an android is? What is an android? What is a cyborg? These are kind of words that used to be sci-fi, but they're becoming more and more real each day. Anybody know what an android is? Lexi says it's an operation system. Yeah, Google kind of changed the meaning to that, right? But no, Android actually had a meaning before Google and iOS. All right, that's funny, right? How companies, when they make a popular product, they change the meaning of some words like that, Android. But no, Android is not is not originally an operating system. That's funny. You make me laugh this morning. Okay. Domenico says a cyborg is a human transformed into a robot. Yes, a cyborg is a man-machine hybrid. Yep, that's right. That's what a cyborg is. Anybody know what an android is? Yeah, Golda, very good. Golda says an android's a Terminator. An android is a human-like robot. Exactly, Constellation. Yes, it's a human-like robot. It's a robot that looks like a human. but it's completely inorganic, okay? All right, so that's what an Android is. So an Android is not originally Google's operating system. The word Android existed long before Google created an operating system called Android. In fact, it's kind of sad because Google's Android isn't really an Android. It's an operating system. It's not actually a human-looking machine. So it's a false representation of the word Android. How strange, right? Okay, so anyway, technology in 2040, flying cars, drone transport, proof of aliens, maybe. What I would do here, though, on a serious note, okay, so if I'm in the IELTS exam and I'm looking at this title, I would go, okay, 20 years, that's 2 decades into the future. So I would think about, you know, realistically, we're like time travel, I think it's probably more than 20 years in the future. But for sure, what comes to my mind, realistic. Okay, so be realistic. All right, don't be over ambitious, right? So I would go fully AI assisted living. Okay, Android assisted living. Complete shift to electric vehicles. Major implementation of industrial or commercial and civil drone transport. Okay, I have a feeling that we're going to see that. All right, new currency systems. We can kind of see that. You know, like Bitcoin. We can kind of see that even though Bitcoin's kind of fluttering, it's going up and down, it does seem like the older system of national currencies is going to cease, right? So this is what I think of when I think of technology, augmented reality. I mean, you know, I'm sure many of you have seen the Apple Vision now, right? Goggles. So I think augmented reality is going to be a very real part of it. Okay, so think of what we have and think about that 20 years in the future. So that's kind of what I think of, okay, when I think of technology in 2040. Okay, so predict and be realistic. All right. Okay, then we see that we've got some paragraphs here and then we've got some questions. Okay, so we look at the questions, see if they can give us a bit of extra help. That's your next step. Step 2. Look at the questions, look for a bit of extra help, okay? Students, this is reading, so read with me, okay? Reading passage 1 has 7 sections, A to G. Now, 7 sections, A to G, we could also call them paragraphs, right? Here the author decided to divide it into kind of subtopics like 3D printing, computer in your brain, etc. Really, we could call them just paragraphs as well, right? Okay, so it says, note by the way, NB. Note by the way. You may use any letter more than once, okay? So now this kind of question, for those of you who are new to IELTS reading, and for those of you who learned from your teachers or from some place that skimming or scanning for answers is a good strategy to save time and such. No, it's not. For this type of question especially, it's a poor strategy. It's a bad strategy because you don't want to skim the entire passage to discover that the answer for 28 is right at the end here in G. Okay, that's a waste of time. So this question immediately tells you that you need to read this and you need to just pay attention and then answer the questions. Okay, so 28, fear of technology preventing its development. Okay, so what you want to do, especially at home when you're looking at these questions, is to paraphrase them. Okay, so paraphrase this for me. How can we say fear of technology? Anybody know the technical? Now, some of you know I have a degree in psychology, so I know a lot of these different fear type words. fears are different kinds of phobias, right? It's coming from Latin. When somebody has, for example, fear of spiders, it's called arachnophobia. When somebody has a fear of heights, high places, it's called acrophobia. Fear of water, aquaphobia. Fear of technology, anybody know what that is? It's common, it exists. There are lots of people that kind of are scared of technology and using it, and they think it might mean the end of the world. That's right, Tan. It's technophobia. Okay, the opposite of phobia is phile. So a technophile is somebody who loves technology. I'm more of a technophile, hence I'm here on YouTube with you. Ha 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 ha. Technophobia is slowing advancement. Right? So that would be my paraphrase there. Okay. Does that fit on the page? Yeah, it should. Right? Okay. So that's what we want to do. We want to paraphrase, right? Okay. Technophobia is slowing tech advancement. A brief description of the history of technology from prehistoric times to now. Okay. Some explanation of the evolution of technology, of devices from pre-recorded times until current. Some of you might be going, what is Adrian doing? Well, it's called paraphrasing. So I'm looking at the sentence and I'm thinking about a different way to say that sentence. Why am I doing that, everyone? Why am I paraphrasing? Why am I writing this down? Why is this a practice skill that you should do at home when you're doing your reading and you see a passage like this? Okay, Alexi says, a description in a nutshell of the way technology was developing. Good. All right, Anahita says, a concise explanation of the past history of tech until present time. Good, Anahita. Yeah. As long as you've got more or less the same idea, right? Golda, I would add the word technology. Phobia of technological advancement slowing its growth. Golda, got it? Phobia of technological advancement slowing its growth. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Golda. So Golda says the reason we're paraphrasing is because the question is not going to be the same words as in the passage. That's why, you know, some student might go, ooh, this is a key word, preventing. So I'm going to skim read for preventing, and then I'm going to answer this question. It won't work. And I bet you the word technology is in there like 100 times. Fear, again, might not be in there. So you might see the word phobia or scared or lack of confidence. So it's going to be paraphrased, okay? So you won't see the same words in the passage. Okay. Number 30, a challenge to readers to make a difference in the world. Okay, so a calling to the audience to affect change in the world. There. Okay, the increasing level of connectivity in our lives, the advancement of becoming more interrelated in everyday. Nexus. All right. If you have a question about any vocabulary, just let me know. Biological and health impacts of technology. So information advancements influence on health and the body. Okay. Nexus are the connections that you make with other people. Another way to say it is relationships. Okay, Golda, good question. Nexus means relationships, or the connections that we make with people. Good. Yeah, you're paying attention. Like I said, if you have a question, ask me. Okay, so I've paraphrased these. Now, of course, in the IELTS, you don't have time. So I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, but Adrian, in the IELTS, I've got 20 minutes. I don't have time to write down all this paraphrasing. Right. I will say you are 100% correct. You don't have time to write down paraphrasing for all the questions. It just won't work unless you're extremely fast, but it's still unnecessary. In the actual IELTS, so when you're not doing this at home for practice, in the actual IELTS, just do it in your head, right? So paraphrase in your head as much as possible. Okay. Anahita says the real sentences are easier than the paraphrases. Right. And Anahita, it's often like that, where the reading passage sentence is a bit more challenging than the question paraphrase. Okay. Okay, so Alexi says, I have about 25 minutes on average for the last reading. Right, okay, so you're moving a little bit faster. You've got a little bit more time. Still, though, I wouldn't paraphrase, like I wouldn't write down the paraphrasing. Just do it in your head. Okay, and then let's look at this one here. So it's a complete the summary below. Choose one word only. Yeah, a lot of times IELTS these days is a one word only situation. So here we have internet integration, 3D printing, a computer in your brain. Now we can see that these titles will match with some of these subheadings. So this is where you can kind of search if you need to, but you have to read the passage first anyway. So don't just search, read, do it step by step, and then at least here you get a little bit of extra help with these headings. Okay. All right, let's read this together. Here we go, everybody. Once reliant on a connection to a phone line, the internet is now available virtually blank. Over the next quarter century, the internet will become even more integrated into our lives. Eventually, all devices will be blank. Evidence of this is present today in what is known as the Internet of Things. The ability to share across devices might also extend to blank, so that a person could download what is needed to power the device instead of, for example, changing a battery. 3D printing. 3D printing is an incredibly promising field. For example, the ability to 3D print something using a person's own DNA would eliminate the need for a genetic match. Eventually, we may be able to 3D print lost limbs. A computer in your brain. Instead of a personal device in your hand, imagine all of the capability was inside your brain. Though this idea may seem out there, it is actually something, or blank, than people think. However, it would take a courageous person to volunteer to have a computer put in the brain. Yikes. Remember what we said? Cyborg? There you go. All right, and then questions 38, 39, and 40 are multiple choice. Now, I know a lot of people are like, multiple choice, I hate these ones. Don't panic. All you do is you read the question, okay? According to the author, what is one of the key benefits of automated cars? Okay. According to the writer, what is one major advantage of self-driving vehicles? Okay. So that would be my paraphrase. Okay. I don't worry about the answers because they can be confusing, so I don't read that. Okay, don't read answers for multiple choice before the test. It's not. There's no value. In fact, it's not good. Okay. 39. What is the best description of Pong and Super Mario according to the author? Okay, so which is the ideal definition of Pong and Super Mario in the passage? Okay. Yeah, Chayani, very good. So Chayani says the positive side of driverless cars. Yep, absolutely. And if it's a key advantage, it's a major advantage. So what is the number one positive side of driverless cars? Yep. Chayani, good. How are Rosie the Robot and Siri similar? What are the commonalities between Rosie the Robot and Siri? Okay. All right, so we've paraphrased those and we're good. Good. Golda, Alexi, nice. Some nice paraphrasing. Okay, here we go, everybody. Let's read. So next step, step 3, we read the passage. This is how we're doing it for practice at home. In the exam, we're doing it very similarly, except a lot of that paraphrasing is just happening in our brains. But we're going through these steps, and at this point, we've really only should have spent about 3 minutes getting to this point. Now we should read the passage in another 8-9 minutes, and then we've got a good 7-8 minutes for questions. And if we go step by step and we do it well, we should be able to finish on time in 20 minutes, and we should have hopefully all the correct answers. Okay. All right. Let's rock and roll. So always read from the title, Technology in 2040. Now this is reading, everybody, so read with me. Okay. Here we go. Introduction. Technology has transformed the way humans live their lives, beginning with the advent of tools millions of years ago by humanity's common ancestors. The course of our shared history is a story of our increasing ability to harness the natural resources of our surroundings. We have come a long way from early peoples discovering they could use heavy or sharp objects around them for hunting or war. Today, there are computers and smartphones and the internet. We are all connected. But what about 20 years from now? What changes can we anticipate in the coming decades? The first aspect of making predictions is that they are inherently fallible. That is, they are at best educated guesses. They are probably wrong, but they are still fun to make. Here are 5 predictions for Earth 2040. Internet integration. The internet arrived in homes in the mid-1990s. Over the next quarter century, the internet has been the venue and backdrop for so much of technological developments. What was once limited to a computer connected to a frustratingly slow and unreliable phone line is today available anywhere given the right hardware and service. In the next 25 years, the internet will become even more integrated into our lives. All of our devices will be connected, as they are beginning to be, in a network known as the Internet of Things. Capabilities like AirDrop on Apple mobile products will be commonplace. The ability to share in wireless ways may also extend to energy sharing. For example, if a remote control runs out of battery today, you must change the battery. In the future, you may be able to simply download energy onto the device, or it may do so automatically. 3D printing. Currently, 3D printing is a promising but limited field. The future, however, is very bright for the technology. 2 decades from now, it may be possible to 3D print human organs using the patient's own cells and DNA. This would eliminate the need for a genetic match and greatly simplify the organ transplant process. It may also be possible to 3D print human limbs, such as arms, legs, fingers, and toes, which have been lost. D. A computer in your brain. This one is a bit out there. Imagine being able to surf the internet, check your social media, or find directions without consulting a device. Instead of a device in your hand, your brain would be your device. This level of integration is closer technologically than many people realize. One of the biggest hurdles, however, is the human fear of such change. It would take a brave person to be one of the first to have a computer inside the brain. Automated driving. In 20 years, the majority of cars on the road will be automated, and human-driven cars will be considered dated. While today they are a niche market, it is clear that artificial intelligence is well suited to the automobile industry. While there are safety concerns, these will be easier to overcome since human driving is such an inherently dangerous task to begin with. Automated cars have the potential to save over 1 million deaths per year. Gaming. Video games have come a long way from Pong in the 1970s and Super Mario in the 1980s. Today, games are incredibly immersive and virtually photorealistic. What will the next 20 years bring? Some futurists envision games that can harness gamers' energy, either as energy itself or in a proof-of-work fashion in the manner of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Artificial intelligence, AI. AI has been talked about for decades. Back in the 1960s, the popular American animated sitcom The Jetsons featured Rosie the robot, who took care of housekeeping duties in the Jetsons household. While there are no Rosies yet, and there may not be in 20 years, AI will still play a key role in the future. Already, digital assistants such as Siri play an increasingly important role in many people's lives. 20 years ago, the integration of digital assistants will be exponentially larger and more significant. While they may not get us a cup of tea like Rosie would, they will do far more important tasks. 20 years is a long time from now. This text, written in 2020, will undoubtedly miss the mark in many ways, but the wonderful thing about the future is that it is changeable. It is not written yet. What words will you write? Okay, everybody, so that's the reading. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to give a chance for our members to read this and answer the questions. We'll do them together, okay? And I will guide you. So we're going to do some volunteering for reading, and we'll go through it nice and smooth, step by step. We'll get to the questions, and then we'll arrive at the correct answers. To volunteer for reading, go to the website, aehelp.com. Alexia, if you could just put the instructions in. I know we have some new members as well into the chat. I've just put the website in there. So you go to the website. We're going to use the chat interface there to connect, okay? For those of you that don't have access to the premium course, again, just click on that big red button. I keep saying it, but it's true. One-time payment, lifetime access, and you will absolutely give yourself a huge boost to get a higher band score on your next exam. You've got the right lessons, videos, practice exams. Go to your My Student account. It's where you have all those computer-based exams and using the technology of the future. And you have your student partner speaking right there. Okay, so click on that. For now, this is where we're going to do some reading interaction. Accept the terms that you're going to be polite, and you will be in here. We can see Ulugbek, Golda, and Rahul, and many others joining in. While you all join in, I'm going to put on my headset. Phuong's in here as well, and then you will see me in here as master. Send me a notification by clicking the blue envelope, and then we can chat. So Golda is ready. Golda, would you like to read? All right. Awesome. Okay, let's do this. Hi, Golda. Sounds like you picked up, but I can't hear you on the other side there, Golda. You might need to reconnect if you've been connected a long time. Okay. I don't hear you, Golda. Try to reconnect. Okay, I'm going to try somebody else in the meantime, and I'll circle back to you. Okay, so no worries. All right. Phuong is ready. Phuong, are you ready? Hopefully it's not on my end. If it is, I'll just do a refresh, but we'll see. Sometimes if you have the page open for a long time, you can get disconnected from the server, as it happens with a lot of other software, of course.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Phuong. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, sir?
I am also doing really great. Phuong, are you a technophobe or a technophile?
I consider myself a technophobe, sir.
So are you scared of technology, or do you love technology?
I'm a little bit interested in technology.
Okay, so you'd be a technophile then, right?
Ah.
Yeah, I was guessing that because I'm like, if you're a technophobe, you're using YouTube for learning. That's a bit interesting. People who are technophobes try to stay away from technology. They're like, oh, I just got my cell phone like yesterday because I had to. All right. Okay, Phuong, have you been using ChatGPT?
No, I haven't used ChatGPT, sir.
Okay, well, try that out. It's kind of fun, for sure. Okay, so Phuong, I'll get you to read. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and read the introductory paragraph or introduction.
Okay, sir. Technologies in 2040. Introductions. Technology has transformed the way humans live their lives, beginning with the advent of tools millions of years ago by humanity's common ancestor. The course of our shared history is a story of our increasing ability to harness the natural resources of our surroundings. We have come a long way from early people discovering they could still have a uh, sharp subjects around them for hunting a war. Today, there are computers and smartphones and the internet. We are all connected. But what about 20 years from now? What changes can we anticipate in the coming decades? The first aspect of making predictions is that they are inherently fallible. That is, they are at best educated guesses. They're probably wrong, but they're still fun to make. Here's our 5 predictions for Earth 2040.
Okay, that is great. Phuong, can you tell me what the main message of the author is in the introduction?
I can see the other want to tell the want to tell me that like the computer and smartphone and internet are now exist in um, our present, but in the future, in 2 decades, in the next 2 decades, these things.
It's a little bit much, Phuong. Okay, so Phuong, when you're, and this is important, okay, everybody, when you're studying at home, all right, and you read a section or a paragraph of the passage, you have to be able to think about what it is about in a simple sentence or in just a few words. Okay, so Phuong, in just a few words, in 4 or 5 words, what is the author telling the reader in the introduction here?
Uh, the future of technology, sir.
Okay, that's partly, so it's kind of. Is it just the future? Did the author not say any other information?
Uh, well, the author make a comparison between current and future technologies.
And past, too, right? The author talked about millions of years ago. Or not millions, but thousands of years ago, right?
Okay, sir, I see.
So if you ask me, Phuong, you say, hey, Adrian, what is this about? Then what I would say is the author is saying that humans for a long time have been very deeply connected with technology and will be in the next 20 years. Okay, so that's kind of the main message here. It's telling us that humanity, in a way, is a product of our connection to technology. Does that make sense, Phuong?
Yes, sir.
So, we joke about this fear of technology or liking technology, but at the end of the day, humans and technology are hand in hand. We've been together with technology for so long now that humans and technology in some ways are synonymous. We are one and the same. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the main message that's being delivered here by the author. So Phuong, when you're doing your reading at home and you have a pen and a paper, you write down in a simple sentence what the paragraph is about and try to work in groups, so with a partner, and see if they are able to come up with the same answer for that paragraph. That's very, very important, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Phuong, thank you for starting off the reading and reading the introduction. I hope you have a safe and great rest of your day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Phuong.
Bye-bye, sir.
All right, let's give Phuong a thumbs up. So students, that's a very, very important tip, okay? In order to be successful on the IELTS exam, you must be able to summarize each paragraph in a few words in a very concise format. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes, thumbs up. So for this introduction, you have to be able to come up with the idea that the author is telling the reader that humanity and technology have been connected for a long time and will be in the future. Okay, everybody got that? Yes? Okay. All right, Golda, I'm going to circle back. Let's try again. Are you ready? Did you refresh the page? Okay. I do recommend students to keep the page open when you're wanting to talk to other students and practice IELTS with them. But every now and then, definitely refresh just to make sure you're still connected to the server. Okay. Hi, Golda. Can you hear me? Technology of 2023. Golda, you might want to try using a different browser, a VPN. As you can tell, I'm able to connect with Phuong, so it's probably okay on my end. But you know what? Just for fun, what I'm going to do, students, is I'm going to refresh my page, and then we'll try it again. Do the same thing, everybody. So if you're trying to volunteer, just do a quick refresh, and we'll reestablish our connection. Chayani's saying that you might want to try to change your device as well. So if it's not working from your Apple phone, for example, maybe try your PC or a laptop or something like that. Okay. All right, Golda, I do see that you just reconnected. So let me try you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's either your device or where you're connecting from, Golda. That could be the issue. Anyway, send an email and we can figure that out, okay? All right. So, who else would like to try? We have Samesh Gaikwad, who just jumped in. Lidya Sarvar, somebody ping me. I don't really want to force you if you don't want to try to read. I know reading is one of those, points where you're kind of shy. To volunteer, just click that blue button that's next to my handle. My handle, as I mentioned, is going to be Master. And then send me a message and say, I want to try, or let me do it. Okay, and then I can let you in. All right, Lidya wants to give it a shot. Here we go, Lidya. Trung wants to give it a shot too.
Hello.
Hi, Lidya.
Hello, Mr. Arjun. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great. Thanks for asking.
All right. Lidya, technology. Let's do it. I'm bringing up section B here. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and read B.
Yeah, sure. B. Internet integration. The Internet arrived in homes in the mid-1990s. Over the next quarter century, the Internet has been the venue and backdrop for so much of technological developments. What was once limited to a computer connected to a frustratingly slow and unreliable phone line is today available anywhere, given the right hardware and service. In the next 25 years, the Internet will become even more integrated into our lives. All of our devices will be connected, as they are beginning to be, in a network known as the Internet of Things. Capabilities like AirDrop on Apple mobile products will become commonplace. The ability to share in wireless. Can you scroll down,
Oh,
Mr.
so
Adrian?
yeah, it's my head. My big fat head is in the way. Just say, Adrian, your big fat head is in the way. Okay, you'll see it in a second.
Okay. The ability to share in wireless ways may also extend to energy sharing. For example, if a remote control runs out of battery life, today you must change the battery. In the future, you may be able to simply download energy onto the device, or it may do so automatically.
Good. Repeat after me. Battery.
Battery.
Good. Battery.
Battery.
There you go. Yeah, a little bit different pronunciation. It was good. Okay, what's the main point of this paragraph, Lidya?
I'm sorry, can you just scroll up a little bit to read the first 4 or 5 sentences? I believe like how the internet helps people to communicate with each other, like building the connection between people.
Read the second sentence.
The internet has been the venue and backdrop for so much of technological advancements.
Exactly. So you only read the second part after the comma, but it starts with over the next quarter century, right?
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
the next 25 years. That's the topic sentence, and usually the topic sentence is kind of the main message. So if I had to, I would say that this paragraph is saying that the internet is a foundation for modern day technological advancements, right? So if we look at AI is powered by the internet. If we look at self-driving vehicles, self-driving vehicle technology is largely powered by the internet. So the internet is kind of the thread, the common thread of technology, right? And not only for information, but the author is also saying, quite potentially for energy transfer as well. So the internet is a foundation of technology for information and energy. That's what I would say the author is saying here. So ideally, Lidya, and this is of course not just advice for you, but it's advice for everybody. So like I was saying to Phuong, you want to be able to identify the main idea of the paragraph in a concise sentence, and ideally, Lidya, you do that by reading just once. So in the IELTS, once you read the paragraph in your head, you register the main idea and then you move on, right? And in that way, you will be very quick and accurate when it comes to answering the questions. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mr. Adrian.
All right. So good reading. Otherwise, thank you for managing paragraph or section B for us. And hang in there. We'll answer some questions very soon, okay?
Yes, sure, Mr. Adrian.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, Lidya.
Bye-bye, Mr.
All right. That was Lidya. Trung. Yes, you can try, of course. Are you ready? Okay, now we've got some volunteers. We've got Anahita and Angel in here. That's great. Trink says yes. Trung, pick up the ring. Hi, Trung. I heard some movement. I heard some sound. You must be there. Trung, what's going on? I could have sworn I heard your microphone static there for a second. I'm not sure what happened. All right, Trung, check out what's going on there. I'll circle back to you, okay? I'm not sure if you've unplugged your microphone or what's going on, but something's going on. All right. Habibe. Yes, you can. Are you ready? All right, Habibe. If you're there, let me know. Golda, maybe you've got something figured out. Anahita. All right. Habibe, you are silent on the other end. Oh, and now you're not there anymore. Okay, let's try Anahita. Anahita, are you there? You got disconnected, Habibe. I don't think you have a stable connection, potentially. It might mean you have a dynamic IP. And as soon as that shifts or as soon as your internet gets dropped, you're disconnected, right? So you need to have a stable internet, students, for chatting, right? Anahita. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh. Hi, Anahita.
Hi, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to connect, but the green button was not working, so I don't know why.
Okay, all right, fair enough. What kind of device are you using?
I am using a Chromebook.
Chromebook. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've tested on that, but we'll check it out. Anahita, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, but my reading test was good, but it was the most difficult part.
Mm-hmm. What was your topic? You just did the IELTS exam, right?
Yes, one topic was about walking, and I don't remember the other ones.
The topic was about walking?
Yeah, one of them was about
like
walking.
walking on our feet? Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the benefits of walking, how much you should walk every day, the correct style or technique for walking, this kind of idea, like the science of walking?
Yes, actually, there were some paragraphs about walking, about some researches, and what has some biologists and some other professions have said about the walking. And
Yeah, so that would fall into the biology, physiology, physiotherapy potentially kind of topics. Absolutely. Now, if you think about it, Anahita, it's no surprise that IELTS would choose a topic like that. Just keep in mind how many people are taking the IELTS exam who want to be nurses, doctors, medical professionals. What a good topic, right, to choose, because I'm sure that a lot of medical experts talk to patients and to others about the importance of walking, right?
yes, sir.
So it makes sense, right? IELTS knows. They know what kind of topics are good topics to choose. Okay, Anahita, technology, obviously another very important topic, because a lot of people taking the IELTS are people working in technology, like computers and software engineers and so on, right? Whenever you're ready, Anahita, go ahead and read C.
C. 3D printing. Currently, 3D printing is a promising but limited field. The future, however, is very bright for the technology. 2 decades from now, it may be possible to 3D print human organs using the patient's own cells and DNA. This would eliminate the need for a genetic match and greatly simplify the organ transplant process. It may also be possible to 3D human print 3D print human limbs such as arms, legs, fingers, and toes, which have been lost.
Okay. Anahita, what is this paragraph telling the reader?
It's talking about the human body organs that would be that would be developed. Technology will develop and be help. Technology will help to.
I think that's the example, Anahita. The biological application of 3D printing is, I think, the example. What's the more important emphasis of the author here? Again, just like I said to Lidya, pay careful attention to the first one or two sentences. Read the very first sentence.
Currently, 3D printing is promising but limited field. So development of 3D printing in the future.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically saying like 3D printing has a very possible, very important future for humans, right? It's not, it's one of those technologies where we're kind of like, for sure, don't tell anybody, okay, Anahita, but one of the gifts I got my daughter is a 3D printer. It's kind of a self gift and a gift for her, because guess what I can do with the 3D printer? I can print an unlimited number of toys. You just tell it to print a toy and it keeps printing it. So that's why I got it. I figured I have 2 children. Instead of buying toys, I'll just print them toys. At the end of the day, I'll save money. What do you think about that, Anahita?
This is great.
Right? I want a little toy doll. Nope, we're not buying it. We're printing it. So 3D printing does have a future, right? And that's what the author's saying here. Is 3D printing has a very important future, even for biology, right? Even for human medicine. Absolutely. Anahita, keep reading. That was a short paragraph. Read one more. Read D.
D. A computer in your brain. This one is a bit out there. Imagine being able to surf the internet, check your social media, or find directions without consulting a device. Instead of a device in your hand, your brain would be your device. This level of integration is closer to technology than many people realize. One of the biggest hurdles, however, is the human fear of such change. It would take a brave person to be one of the first to have a computer inside their brain.
Okay, what's the main message of the author here?
It is the final sentence that says a brave person to be one of the first to have a computer inside their brain. So this is talking about the fear of technology?
Not really. it does that is part of it. But I think what the author, like if you ask me, and this is why it's good to do this exercise in partners. So if you ask me, I would say this paragraph is saying that cyborg technology is close, but people are scared of it. So being one with the computer, this technology is very close, but we're just scared of it, right? So, I could put a computer chip in you right now that could help you with information, but would you do it? Maybe not yet, right? I don't want a computer implanted in my head. So that's what it's saying, right? So it's the technology is here, but we're just scared of it, right? Okay, let's do one more, Anahita. Automated driving.
Automated driving. In 20 years, the majority of cars on the road will be automated. The human-driven cars will be considered dated. While today they are a niche market, it is clear that artificial intelligence is well suited to the automobile industry. While there are safety concerns, this will be easier to overcome since human driving, such as inherently dangerous tasks to begin with. Automated cars have the potential to save over 1 million of deaths per year.
Okay, what's the author saying here?
It's talking about cars and the development of cars.
What kind of development of cars?
Avoiding from dangers as well as from automated cars.
Yes, automated cars, exactly. So automated cars that don't have human drivers, right? So AI-driven cars. So automated cars are the future. So basically here the author is saying like it's not maybe the future, it is the future. So automated cars are the future and they will do what?
They will work by artificial intelligence.
And they will...
save millions of deaths.
Exactly. Yeah. So automatic driven cars are the future and they will save millions of lives, right? So that's basically what the author's saying here. It's a simple fact, right? Yeah. The AI does not drink and drive, right? As far as we know. Right? So, the computer does not drink alcohol and drive the car. So they will save lives. Okay. So Anahita, again, be concise, right? Focus on the main idea. You're doing great. Work on the intonation. So when you're reading, really try to be a bit more melodic, right? So up and down with your voice. Don't be so anxious. Just nice and smooth. Emphasize your words, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Anahita, do you have your marks already from your last exam?
Not yet. It will be announced on the 23rd of this month.
Okay, exciting times. Do share with us once you know, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, Anahita, thank you for reading. Have a lovely rest of your Friday.
You too, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye, Anahita.
Bye, sir.
All right, that was Anahita. Let's give her a thumbs up. Thank you so much, readers, so far. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have here? Arjun, our premium students. Yes, you can try. Are you ready? Premium student Arjun, you should be reading all of the passages on the website as well. You won't see this one on there yet, but you should be reading them. I'm glad, by the way, that a lot of you liked that thought of the 3D printer. I think my daughter's up now, so I got to be a little bit careful. It's a surprise. Okay, she wanted it. She's like, Dad, I want a toy machine, a machine that makes toys. I'm like, okay. 3D printer? All right, Arjun. Hi, Arjun.
Hi, Mr. Arjun.
How are you?
I'm all good. How are you?
I am good. Arjun, are you ready to read a little bit?
Yes, yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into paragraph F or section F, gaming. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Gotcha. Video games have come a long way from Pong in the 1970s and Super Mario in the 1980s today, games are incredibly immersive and virtually photorealistic. What will be the next 20 years bring? Some futuristic invasion games that can harness gamers' energy, either as energy itself or proof of work, fashion in the manner of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin.
Okay, what is this about?
This is about simple, gaming, simply. Uh,
What does
Video games,
what does
actually.
it what does it say about gaming though? Like, so it's obviously it's got to be a little bit more than the title, right? So
Yeah,
F
it's
gaming, yes, yes, it's about gaming.
it's
What
about a
about gaming?
video. It's about video gaming that has, come from a long way, as it says in the first paragraph.
What
Uh,
has it come from? So there is actually kind of a hidden message here. It compares the 70s
it
and
comes from
80s. So
yeah, Pong.
Pong and Super Mario. And what was Pong and Super
Yeah,
Mario? And
it's a
now the immersive. They were what? Games for what were they for? They were for
I'm not very familiar, but I have played those games.
yeah.
I don't know the real
Did
story
you have fun
behind. Yeah.
playing the games?
Sorry.
You had some fun playing those games?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I have played Mario.
Yeah, and they're fun,
On
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I get. I get like the author saying like, okay, in the 70s and 80s we had Super Mario, we had Pong. Now we have these really photorealistic games like Call of
Yeah,
Duty and
virtually
so on.
photorealistic.
Yeah, and they're super fun. They're exciting, right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
And then what is it saying after? It says we're going to have some other kinds of games where the games will do what?
Games will be envisioned games that can harness gamers' energy and either as the energy itself, proof of work, fashion in the manner of cryptocurrencies like bitcoins, as it says.
Yeah.
Talking about the future, maybe coming 2 or 3 decades, we'll have some futuristic games, as it's mentioned.
Well, let me ask you this, Arjun. Have you ever made money playing a video game?
I have played, not really, but I have played some simple games like Rummy. I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm not sure.
Well, and you know how
Yeah.
there's like people playing on Twitch and they're getting sponsored and people are like
Yes,
sending them
yes,
money
yes, yes.
and such, right? So I think what the author's trying to tell me here is that games are evolving from a simple form of entertainment or fun to actual like life sustenance, like supporting life by
Supporting life, yeah.
actually getting
Source
paid
of
for it,
income can
right?
be become another source of income.
Yeah,
Just playing a simple game or sitting on a chair.
exactly. So games are evolving from the technology of fun to the technology of survival, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what it's telling us. All right, let's read the last one here. Gee, artificial intelligence. Go for that one.
Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yes, yes, it's moving. Yes, it's a delay.
AI has been talked about for decades. Back in the 1960s, the popular American animated sitcom, The Jetson featured Rosie the robot, who took care of the housekeeping duties in the Jetson household. While there are no Rosies yet, and there may be not be in the 20 years, AI will still play a key role in the future. Already, digital assistants such as Siri play an incredibly important role in many people's life. 20 years ago, the integration of digital assistants will be exponentially larger and more significant. While they may not get us a cup of tea like Rosie would, they will do far more important tasks. 20 years is a long time from now. This text, written in 2020, will undoubtedly miss the mark in many ways. But the wonderful thing about the future is that it is changeable. It is not written yet. What words will you write?
Okay, great. What is this paragraph about?
Uh, this is about, the games. Earlier we were having different games as a Rosie, and it is example given as a the household. There was a game, and now AI has taken place in many aspects of life. Where it has Siri has played immersive job in humans' life, and
Yeah.
maybe
So
in
simple,
future.
simple,
Yeah,
simple, simple. It's kind of the message that I keep saying, like I was saying it to Lydia as well, and to some of the other volunteers, Phuong. You want to be able to really simplify when you're answering this question. So it's about the important role of AI in everyday life, right? So that's what this paragraph is about, the important role of AI in everyday life. Now, funny enough, when we wrote this script in 2020, we actually did not know that ChatGPT would come onto the scene in 2023.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we had no idea. So it happened. A lot of people were surprised by ChatGPT. A lot of people thought it would be another 10 years before we would have this technology, and it came fast. Do you use ChatGPT? Have you
I
tried it?
I have used recently for some of my tasks. I had to prepare one PPT for my office work. I took some help from ChatGPT, and I think it's a great tool for human beings. I think at the same
Absolutely.
time it is, yeah, but sometimes it is also I mean. Harmful for some students as well who I mean it helps them to cheat in the exams as well. So this is a negative parts as well, but we must have to see the positive side of that.
Like
Now,
every tool, and
yeah,
this is a nice
yes,
kind of message to end on, right? We can use a
yes,
knife.
yes,
We can use a knife to cut
yes,
bread and to serve food, or we can use a knife to hurt another person, right? So it's not
yes,
the tool; it's the tool user. That's what's
yes,
important,
yeah,
and how we use the tool. Correct?
yes, yes, yes.
Because even the knife can be used in good and bad ways, right? Or
Yeah.
the pen, even the pen can be used in good and bad ways. So absolutely. Okay, well, thank you so much for reading. That was really good. Remember to work on just concise answers, okay? Concise answers when you
Yeah,
read those paragraphs. Okay, Arjun?
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
sure, sure.
Have a nice rest of the day, Arjun. Thank you for being a premium
You
student.
have a
Bye,
great
Arjun.
rest of your weekend. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Thank you. Bye, Arjun. All right. Okay, let's get to some questions. Angel, I did see that you volunteered, but then you disappeared, and I don't see you anymore, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. Well, anyhow, let's circle back to, well, who? Let's see. Did Golda change device? Oh, okay. Well, let's try. Okay, let's try, Golda. You've been in the class the whole time, which is good for the questions. So, Golda, let's see if you're there.
Let's try Golda.
Hello.
Hi, Golda. There you are.
Hi, Golda. There you are.
Hi, Adrian.
Okay, you gotta mute YouTube.
You gotta mute YouTube.
Okay, I've already muted it.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well,
Hopefully that will
Adrian,
stop.
actually, the funny thing is, just now I checked my connection with Phuong, but it didn't work. But it actually worked with you. I'm surprised.
Interesting. I'm not sure why. Depends on what country your VPN is using. Different countries have different firewalls, so it's hard to know.
Oh, I see. I see.
Technology in 2023. Hopefully, one of my big hopes for 2040 is that we have a lot more open technology, so countries aren't blocking other countries from accessing each other, and we're able to share information more freely between each other. That would be a nice development in technology for sure.
Yes, right. I know that their intention is good, but sometimes, well, it is frustrating that they are blocking, well, a few countries or perhaps trying to protect some contents, I guess.
Yeah, it's tricky business for sure. All right, well, Golda, let's answer some questions. I'm bringing up question 28 right now. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and read that.
Okay. Fear of technology preventing its development.
Okay, what is that?
The passage.
Yeah, which part of it?
Let me see.
It's pretty clear.
Is it in the first paragraph? In the early paragraph?
No. Remember that one where we talked about, like, it's the technology is here, we basically have it, but people are scared to use it.
Mm, is it in the last paragraph?
Here, have a look at this one.
Okay. Ah,
Right?
the computer in your brain. Okay.
Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, because yeah, they say yeah, it says that the human fear of such change.
Yeah. I mean, would you be scared of a chip put into your brain?
Of course.
Right, me too. Even though I like technology, that's kind of where I'm like, no, thank you. Right? So many of us
Imagine that
were
some people have my brain.
right, and many of us were scared of the COVID vaccine. Just imagine if they're like, "Oh, and we have a chip for your brain." No, thank you. Right? You have to visualize. So when you read, Golda, make sure that you're visualizing what you're reading, because if you see this information, it should be very quick to get this answer. Okay.
Yeah, I think I missed the part. I think I missed the sentence. Human fear of such change.
Yeah, and that's probably when you were
I think I should-
installing the VPN, right?
Yes. I
Which
think
is
I'm too
cause-
focused. I think I'm too focused on imagining the chip inside the people's brain itself, not realizing about the reaction of the civilization towards it.
The trick is to put yourself in the situation. So for every paragraph, you want to be in the situation. So self-driving car, you want to be the passenger in the self-driving car. 3D printing, you want to be using the 3D printer to print some toys for your kids or to print yourself a new hand. So put yourself in the situation. Does that make sense?
Okay, Arjun. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
29, please read that one.
A brief description of the history of technology from prehistoric times to now.
Okay, which one's that one?
The first paragraph.
Right, A. Okay, read the next one, 30.
A challenge to readers to make a difference in the world.
Okay, which one's that
Oh,
one?
that's the right. The last one.
Yeah, that was G, right? Yes, G, absolutely.
Yes.
What words will you write? Correct? Yeah. Okay,
Uh,
so that's G.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
actually, the closing statement of the passage is, I mean, it caught my attention.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why I remember it.
Because it's including you. It's doing exactly what I told you to do
Yeah,
with the
yes.
chip in your brain, right? It's asking you what will you write, right? So as soon as
Yeah.
you're involved, you remember. That's why it's important to do that for the other paragraphs. Okay, 31, please, as soon as you see it.
Okay. The increasing level of connectivity in our lives.
Hmm. Which one's that one?
Increasing level of connectivity.
What's the topic? If you don't remember the paragraph, what's the topic? What's the technology?
Is it the AI?
No. It's the one that you were struggling with today.
Uh, internet?
It's the internet.
Is there a topic now?
Yeah. It's the internet, right? It's this one. Internet integration. B.
Ah.
Okay. So simple, quick thoughts, right? IELTS isn't meant to be super complicated, right? So B.
Ah.
Okay. 32.
Biological and health impacts of technology.
Mhm.
This is the 3D printer.
Yes, it is. Right, the new hand. Okay. So the 3D printer, yes. C. Right. Okay. So when you read the passage and you picture what you read, these answers should be nice and quick. 10 seconds, 15 seconds each. Okay?
Mhm. Yes.
Right? Much more effective than trying to skim read for the answers.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
Agree.
All right. Okay, Golda, thank you so much for helping me with this, and I'm glad we're able to connect. And now you can volunteer in future classes too for some speaking, okay? Like in tomorrow's class, all right?
Okay, thank you, Adrian, for circling back to me. Otherwise, I will not know that it actually worked.
It
I already
worked.
told Phuong that I have given up.
Don't give up. Never give up. That's the trick to good technological advancement. Never give up. Okay, bye, Golda. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll talk tomorrow.
Bye, Adrian.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, that was Golda. We got a little bit of reverb there. Maybe we can figure that out for next time. But see, it works. Solutions, right? A little bit of a challenge, but solutions. Mingma, yes. Are you ready? Running out of time, but I'm going to do my best to get one more person in here today. Mingma, if you're there, let me know. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody, for Golda. I didn't even ask her where she was from. We'll talk to her maybe tomorrow a bit more. Okay. Mingma, if you're still there, if you're hanging out, let me know. We're going to answer some questions. Mingma. I don't see, but that's okay. Everybody, we're going to answer a few more questions here together. I'm going to leave these ones for you. I think these ones are fairly straightforward. So this is, of course, a recorded video, and you can check back and answer these questions and send me the answers. Let's do some of the multiple choice together. Okay, I know that's a tough one for many of you, so we'll do these multiple choice, and we'll do it together. Okay, so 38. According to the author, what is one of the key benefits of automated cars? Now, I don't look at the answers. Okay, I don't want you to see the answers. I'm purposefully blocking you from the answers. Okay, the reason why is because the way to do this, okay, is you read the passage, obviously, you read the question, and then you give your answer. So first you give your own answer. And my answer is they save people's lives. Okay, Lidya, very good. So saving people's lives. Yeah, Angel, you're right. They're safer. Death prevention, right, Anahita? Okay, so now we look at the options and we look at which option best matches saving people's lives. Okay. So let's see. Is it safety concerns, prevention of deaths, less damaging to the environment, decreased protocol? What do you think is the correct answer? One of the key benefits of automated cars is, which one's the closest to saving people's lives? That's right, Adele. That's right, Lydia. It's B. So B is the correct answer. This is why it's so important. Right? Those of you who answered A will get it wrong. Those of you who answered B will get it correct. It's not safety concerns, it's prevention of deaths. That's what it says is one of the key benefits. Okay? So B is the correct answer. This is why, students, it's so important to read the passage, answer on your own first. A lot of students who would be skimming or scanning would probably pick safety concerns and get it wrong. All right? Okay, 39. What is the best description of Phuong in Super Mario according to the author? All right, so again, don't look at the possible choices. Okay, answer on your own. What is the best description of Phuong and Super Mario according to the author? On your own first. So, old, fun, simple games. Right? That would be mine. Okay, always answer on your own first. So they're old and they're fun and they're simple games. Right? Would you agree? Old, fun, simple games. Let's see. Old games that highlight how far we have come technologically in the past few decades. Incredibly immersive games which show how far. Similar in a proof-of-work way to Bitcoin. Landmark examples of 1980s gaming technology. Okay. So right now, A and D looks good, right? Which one is it though? Is it A or D? Which one is the best match? See, this is why it's so important. Both of those answers are correct answers. Which one's the best match to my answer? Is it A or D? You should always pick the best match. Okay? Good. I like how all of you are thinking, yeah, it's still A. So old games that highlight how far we have come technologically. Yes, because notice how I wrote simple games, right? And simple games is this part here, how far we have come technologically, right? So old is this part here, right? So A is the best match. So A is the right answer. Even though A and D are technically correct, A is the best answer. It's the best match to my interpretation. Okay. All right. 40. I'm sure some of you are trying to read the answers. Don't try to read the answers. Okay. Always try to answer on your own first. Number 40. How are Rosie the robot and Siri similar? What are the commonalities between robot Rosie and Siri? What's the answer to that? Okay. How are Rosie the robot and Siri similar? Okay. In your answer. What's your answer to that? Yeah, Angel says they are both AI that give assistance. Right? They're helpers. Adele, they're both tech. Yes, it's a bit simple though, Adele. Yeah, Habibi, very good. Habibi says they assist people. Okay. They both impact our lives each day. They are both fictional characters. They are both examples of artificial intelligence. They're both futuristic accounts of artificial intelligence. What is the best answer? They are both AI that give assistance. What's the best answer? What's the closest match? Very good, Lydia. C, right? A is correct. C is correct. C is the best answer. So C is the right answer. Okay. IELTS isn't always about the correct answer. It's about the best answer. And that's why you have to answer on your own first. Does that make sense, everybody? It's a very important tip for your upcoming IELTS exams. Okay. You can't just skim and scan or skim read for the answers, because that way it's very easy to get the wrong answer. Golda, the reason why it's not A is because C is a better answer. Okay. They both impact our lives each day, but so does a washing machine, so does an oven, so does your laptop. Okay. The way that they're more similar is that they're both artificial intelligence and they impact our lives, right? So we said they are both AI that give assistance, right? They're helpers. They're not just every day, okay? There are a lot of other machines that help us every day. The car helps us every day, right? But these are both AI machines, okay? So you're always looking for the best answer, students. All right, like I said, remember to send me the answers for these questions here. Again, my email address is aehelp.com, Adrian at, okay, aehelp.com, admin at aehelp.com. All right. Coming up in 24 minutes, everybody. So a little bit of a shorter break this time. We've got listening, sections 3 and sections 4. Until then, check out aehelp.com for academic IELTS for more reading passages. GLTShelp.com for general IELTS. Those are the websites we use to power these live lessons. It's the website we used just now. So join the premium package and we'll help you even more Thank you so much, volunteers, for the reading, for sharing your English, and I hope to see you back here in 24 minutes for the listening section. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria for now, using some pretty impressive web-based technology to communicate with you. Bye for now, everybody. See you shortly.